Jewelry is a new addition to SO crafting and it comes with the Somerset expansion, but without Somerset you cannot craft jewelry. The main problem with jewelry crafting is that it's a huge grind compared to other vocations, so be prepared for a lot of dungeon runs to improve quality of rings and necklaces, which I'm going to cover later. In each zone there are seam nodes, pewter, copper, etc. You can harvest dust from, and from that jewelry is made. In addition, as of update 19, players will also be able to find dust occasionally from ore nodes. Since jewelry nodes and ore nodes both share the same spawns to begin with, be sure to harvest them while out hunting for seam nodes for best results. It is important to note that all jewelry acquired before the Somerset expansion cannot be deconstructed for materials, though they can be researched. The first thing you should do in order to jewelry craft is get certified. To get certified, go to Alinor, the capital of Somerset, and speak to Falarian. He is standing just outside the crafting area there. Finish the simple quest he gives you and you are ready to get started. By becoming a jeweler, the new jewelry crafting skill line is unlocked, which introduces 5 new passives to level up. There are 5 key jewelry crafting passive abilities which you can find under crafting skills. Each have their own levels that need to be unlocked. Engraver. By leveling the Engraver passive, higher jewelry crafting levels are unlocked and higher level harvest nodes in the world become available to you. Kenai. Kenai makes seam nodes glow when within a certain distance, making them easier to spot. By using the Harvest Map add-on, this passive becomes optional and you would be better off spending points elsewhere. However, if you don't have it, placing at least 1 point here is advised because these nodes are particularly hard to spot. Jewelry Extraction. The Jewelry Extraction passive is extremely important to acquire better materials from deconstructing equipment and to be able to refine grains into plating. Level this up as soon as new levels become available for best results. With other professions, you have a 50% chance with max extraction to get 1 full improvement item, green, blue, purple, or gold, upon deconstruction that can be used immediately for improving items. With jewelry, you'll get 50% chance of getting 1 grain, 10 grains are needed for 1 plating. Lapidary Research reduces research times by a percentage, which is self-explanatory. This is one of 2 ways you can speed up research times. The other costs real money. However, unlike other vocations, you will only ever be able to research 1 trait at a time. Plating Expertise increases item improving chance by using platings refined from grains. This is important later on for endgame content, but is not that useful early on in the game when you are changing out your gear with regularity. Jewelry crafting stations can be found at every major city and some other minor locations. Here you will be able to refine, create, deconstruct, improve, research, and create furnishings. Refining. Refining is used to transform dust collected into ounces, allowing you to craft jewelry. Refinement is done by adding 10 units of any raw material and pressing refine. Refining also gives you upgrade materials such as grains and is the primary means of gaining them, so you'll need to harvest lots of materials if you wish to upgrade your jewelry. Creation. Refined materials are used here to create rings and necklaces. Level of crafted gear depends on the amount and type of materials used. To use traits, they need to be researched first through the research option. Then you need special materials that are acquired by refining pulverized materials. Pulverized materials are obtained through various methods, from deconstruction, equipment, daily dungeon rewards, weekly trial rewards, and from nodes themselves. Deconstruction is the main method for increasing jewelry rank to max 50. By deconstructing rings and necklaces, you are given inspiration, the name for crafting experience. You also have a chance to gain materials, with the chance increased by leveling the jewelry extraction passive. Improvement. Improvement is used for upgrading equipment quality. By using platings of corresponding color, item quality is improved. More plating used equals a higher chance of improvement succeeding. To upgrade white rarity item with 100% success chance, you need 1 green plating for green quality, 2 blue for blue quality, 3 purple for purple quality, and 4 golden for gold quality with max plating expertise as of update 19. This is drastically less than what is currently on the live server, so if you have materials, be sure to save them until after the update. Research. By adding items available for research, magnifying glass icon next to the item name, traits from that item can be learned and afterwards used in creation section. The time needed to research each item will increase significantly each time you learn a trait, so make sure you are always researching something. Researching is important because all of the game's crafted sets require you to have a certain number of traits in order to craft them. Researching continues even when you're offline. Furnishing. Furnishing is used to create house items, and recipes are found randomly by looting objects around Tamriel. These usually require some plating as well as special crafting material called ochre. Ochre can be found by harvesting jewelry nodes very randomly. Leveling jewelry crafting is done primarily by deconstructing rings and necklaces. It is a very slow process that can be boosted through SO+, plus 10% inspiration gain, the Tower Champion skill plus 20% inspiration gain, and by being an orc, racial bonus plus 10% inspiration gain. In order to reach level 50 in jewelry crafting, many rings and necklaces need to be deconstructed, and below are the best ways how to farm jewelry. Writs. Writs are daily crafting quests that can be acquired on boards near every crafting area. By completing these dailies, you get inspiration, some resources back, and maybe an item or two. You should do your jewelry crafting writ every single day when playing, as it is quick and gives you materials and experience. Normal dungeons. Normal dungeons are one of the best sources for jewelry farming because they are fast to do and have lots of bosses that can drop jewelry pieces upon death. Veteran dungeons give higher quality gear, but the inspiration boost from deconstructing higher quality gear is minimal and thus isn't recommended. For one vet dungeon run, you can do 2 normal dungeon runs. Vaults of Madness is the best dungeon for farming jewelry, but Etherean Archive Trial is also good if you can manage to get 12 people together. Dolmens. Dolmens can be found in nearly every region in the game. By simply running from dolmen to dolmen as they spawn, 10-minute respawn timer, and looting dolmen chests after completing them, you can get a lot of jewelry because dolmen chests have a guaranteed jewelry piece inside them. Better quality treasure can be acquired by leveling Treasure Hunter skill in the Shadow Champion skill line, but even if you don't have it, this is still a solid method. Cyrodiil vendors. Another good way of acquiring jewelry is in Cyrodiil, the PvP area of the game. Each town there has a vendor that sells chests, and you will need to acquire alliance points by PvPing in order to purchase. Chests that have the best chance of dropping pieces of jewelry are the Vengeance of the Leech, Grace of the Ancients, and Deadly Strikes. You will want to buy those with your alliance points, but this may not help if you are new. However, if you are a veteran player just picking up Somerset with tons of AP to burn, this may work out in your favor. Final tips. One really good way to level any craft if you have a friend is to pair up, create lots of items, and then trade them for deconstruction. You gain very little inspiration for deconstructing your own crafted equipment, however you gain a lot from deconstructing items made by other players. When doing this, be sure to make the highest level items you can for the most inspiration gain possible. Be on the lookout for double drop events whereby all crafting nodes provide double the amount of materials. This is a great time to farm materials for any profession. You can then refine them and get much more green, blue, purple, and yellow upgrade materials than you would in the same amount of time normally. This sometimes includes drops from bosses as well. For example, the bosses from Imperial City Prison and White Gold Tower will drop double loot during the Imperial City celebration. Be sure to deconstruct all jewelry you acquire, ornate or not, because as mentioned before, it will take you a long time to get to 50. While it may be tempting to sell these items, especially if you're short on storage space or not near a jewelry crafting station, it will save you time in the long run. Try to manage your inventory effectively to prevent yourself from being tempted. Stay tuned for more SO guides as we take on crafting, dungeons, PvP, and of course build. If you want to find out more about the upcoming changes with Update 19, go ahead and check them out on our YouTube channel.